So I walk into the interview and I have absolutely everything I need, right? I've got my resume, my cover letter, all of my references. I'm dressed for the job, even brought my hard hat with the stickers on it, right? So I've spent all this time preparing just to be absolutely perfect. My interviewer takes one quick look at my hard hat and says, "Is that you on a bad day?" I look on the front of my hard hat. "Meep, what are you doing here?" So yes, just to explain why you've seen an absolute pause to all the videos on my YouTube channel is because I was in the job hunting process over the last 5 months or so. So to make the long story short here real quick, essentially I was doing a lot of education over the summer, and then I started to ramp up into the actual preparation for the job hunt, and then I was in the job hunt for a couple months there, and then was getting into a lot of interviews. Things were getting really, really crazy, and I pretty much figured that I was going to have to move. So I was preparing to move and all that stuff, and it was just becoming too much. I just needed to focus on this next stage in my life. So I really just put YouTube on pause. So once you saw my videos pretty much taper off there, that's essentially what I was going through. I did get a new job. I've just recently started it, and my primary focus right now is just to do a really good job, making sure that I'm delivering on what I promised I was going to do for the company, and then kind of work on the other half of life that I really need to get back in the swing of, which is actually getting out of my house and into the world. For those of you who it's an interesting experience, right? You've all kind of experienced a little bit of lockdown, a little bit of all of that. Well, it's been kind of extra pronounced for me over the last couple of years, being that I was very much working from home as my primary job, YouTube, plus a couple of other things that I started to get into, kind of doing contract work, and some of the stuff I was doing with my education sort of thing. So that all happened over the last couple of years, and I kind of went into lockdown and just never came out. So what does that mean for this channel when you're going to see some more content? Well, first and foremost, I want to be careful that I don't fall into the routine of just going to work and then coming home and doing YouTube all night and then just rinse and repeat that, and just like I don't have a social life. Not that it's going to be possible to have a social life, but I'm going to try. There's other things I want to achieve in life, so I'm being very careful with my time. So I'm not going to commit to like a super long Let's Play series and with a specific upload. You're going to see this every other day sort of thing. I just don't think that that's right for me where I'm at in my current life. But there is definitely things that I want to share with you. You can see some of the stuff in the background here, whether it's going to be on this channel, the other channel. Plus there's desires that I have as far as creating inspiring content and educational content. And now that I'm no longer financially tied to that, I don't really have to worry necessarily how much it's going to perform. I'm just not tied down to whether or not I can spend money on a project or not. Being free from the algorithm. Another thought is just making a whole series about what it's been like to be a professional YouTuber or something like that. I mean, I'd like to do animation things and make a fun series out of that, which I know is setting the bar high. But when you think that my other things are like, hey, let's make an injection mold machine or a motion simulator for my racing rig or a high temperature 3D print, yeah, that seems easy. Let's go ahead and set that bar real high. So I can just slide right under it. I don't know. We'll see. At any rate, though, that's what's been going on here. That's why the pause has happened, and I'm making my way back. I didn't have to move. That was pretty awesome. Hope 2022, whatever, is going better for you. We'll see. I have a lot more stories, stuff to tell you another time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. By the way, thank you to everybody that's been helping me out on Patreon to actually make the last 3 years here financially possible. Thank you guys so much for that. As I've mentioned before, I'm no longer financially tied to this YouTube channel, so if you wish to support somebody else or do something else with your money, then absolutely don't feel obligated. A bit more detail on the financial side of things. We're going to try to make the CAD class that I originally had to charge quite a bit for in order to make ends meet on my end. I'm going to be able to make that much, much more affordable, if not free, maybe with a way to donate so I can cover the overhead cost of hosting it and whatnot if I do so off of YouTube. But I'll hopefully be able to give you a more detailed plan on that when I can get around to actually planning more of that stuff, which will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks. And I'm really liking the idea of kind of having a bit of a blank slate. I wonder what's next. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again next time. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.